Let's make Hawaiian Punch from the 12-bottle bar. Hi, I'm Jared. Welcome to Kill-Divill, where we focus on rum and cocktails. Today we are going to make the Hawaiian Punch recipe from the 12-bottle bar by David Solmonson and Lesley Jacob Solmonson. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Returning to the channel, welcome back. In either case, I hope you enjoy this drink. When I think of Hawaiian Punch, I think of that juicy drink that we used to get as kids. Remember that stuff? It was mostly about color, not flavor. When I was drinking it, as a small child, you had to use a can opener to pop 2 holes so you could get it to pour freely. Now it comes in plastic jugs. In any case, that's not what we're making today. Instead, we are making a rum punch that is in the 12-bottle bar by David Solmonson and Lesley Jacob Solmonson. Why did they call it Hawaiian Punch? Maybe because there's pineapple in it. In any case, I don't make a lot of punches, and that's because most punches are designed to serve a lot of people. So when I do make a punch, I try to cut it down to single serving portions rather than the bulk makes. Bulk mix? Bulk drink? What's the term there? Let me know in the comments down below. However, in the case of this Hawaiian Punch, I couldn't figure out an easy way to cut the recipe down to single servings. So we're going to make a whole batch. And I'm going to bottle it, and I'm going to put it in the fridge, and we're going to drink it slowly over the course of a couple of days. Unless my wife and I get really crazy and drink it all in one night. Also note that making this punch is a day-long process. One of the steps takes 8 hours, so we're going to start here in the morning and we're going to work our way through the day, and I'll share the ingredients as the steps progress. A note on the rum. The 12-bottle bar categorizes this drink as an amber rum drink. They only have 2 rums in the book, a white rum and an amber rum. White rum is any rum that's white, while an amber rum is anything else. I'm going to be using Appleton Estate Signature. Use the amber rum of your choice. And as always, if you find a rum that works brilliant in this drink, feel free to let me know what that is. The first step in making this drink is to peel 3 lemons. And I've got 3 lemons. I've already washed them. I'm going to peel them. The goal is to include as little amount of pith as possible. So I'm going to do this off camera because otherwise this is going to be a really long video. I'll be back with you in a moment. 3 roughly peeled lemons later, I'm going to take the peels and I'm going to put them in a heat-proof container. Save the lemons for later. You can juice them and use them in another drink. You don't need them for this one. Now to measure out some sugar. The recipe calls for 6 ounces of a light brown sugar or a raw sugar. I'm using demerara. I assume it's weight because otherwise why not use 3 cups? Or 3/4 of a cup, I'm sorry. So I do have my measuring device here. I'm gonna pour that in there. Perfect. Now I'm going to cover the lemon peels with the sugar. And I'm going to let it sit. The recipe says at least 1 hour. I am going to cover it, though the recipe doesn't say to. And I'll be back with you in a bit. A couple hours later and our mixture is ready. The next step is to brew some dirty leaf water, green tea. The recipe does specify green tea. I'm using Trader Joe's decaffeinated green tea. Decaffeinated may be a mistake, but we'll see. I'm going to set this up in my glass. That's about 6 ounces. And I'm going to let this sit for just a moment. I'll be right back. Now that our dirty leaf water, green tea is ready, we're going to pour this, let's keep the tea bags out of there, over our sugar mixture. And we're going to stir until the sugar dissolves. So I'll be with you in a moment. Now that the sugar's dissolved, I'm going to recover this. And I'm going to set it aside and allow it to cool to room temperature. I'll see you in a moment. And while I'm allowing this to cool to room temperature, I'm going to cut up half of a pineapple into 3/4 inch cubes. So we'll see in a bit. Pretend with me for a moment that this is half of a pineapple cut into 3/4 inch cubes. It's not 3/4 inch and it's not cubes. Just pretend. I'm going to dump this into a mixing bowl. Oh. Now, I'm going to strain out the lemon peel, and technically I probably should have strained it out before I let it cool to room temperature. I'm going to strain it out now into the pineapple. And I'm going to grab a wooden spoon here. Wooden spoon in hand, I'm going to give this a little bit of a stir. Try to get as much of the pineapple underneath the syrup as possible because we're going to let this sit and infuse. And we are going to cover it with some saran wrap or plastic covering of your choice. And this needs to sit for at least 8 hours or overnight. And for me, it's going to be overnight because this has taken much longer than I expected, and we'll see you in a little bit. Hi, so our mixture has set overnight. You can tell because I'm wearing a different t-shirt. The t-shirts are available if you want one. Stick around to the end of the video and I'll tell you how to get one. The only thing we have left to do is, well, it's not the only thing we have left to do, but we have to assemble the punch. And the recipe does call for a chilled punch bowl. I don't have a punch bowl, and the big blue bowl that I would normally use for punch is being used because my wife is cooking something, so I don't have access to that. So instead what I'm going to do is I've got these two sealable bottles, wide mouth of course, because we got to get the pineapple in there, and I'm going to split this mix into two instead of doing it all in one. So the first thing I have to do is split this in half, and I don't know exactly how much this is. So I'm just going to guesstimate. I'm going to get a label and a spoon and see what works, and I'm going to split it into two bottles. I'll be right back with you. Okay, I ended up using a measuring cup. I didn't really measure, I just used it as a scoop. That seemed very convenient, and I think I did pretty good in splitting this in half. And I did try a little bit of this just to see what it's like. And I make a lot of fun about dirty leaf water, but this is really good just on its own. If I wasn't making punch out of it, I'd eat it with a spoon. Next thing we have to do is clean up a little bit of what we've done. And the next thing we're going to do is add some rum. And the recipe calls for 1 cup, 8 ounces, which is 240 milliliters of rum. I'm going to split it in two, so I'm just going to use 4 ounces in each. 4 ounces is 120 milliliters. Oh, look at that. I'm going to finish this off. Breaking from the recipe, slightly more. Oh well. I need to get some more rum. Not for this recipe, for later. Now the next thing it said is the recipe calls for 2 cups, about 2 cups of green tea, and we only use 3/4 of a cup in order to make the syrup that we put in here. So that means we've got 1 1/4 cups left, and they said put it into taste. So what I'm going to do is take this freshly brewed green tea, and in theory I should be using a cold one because this is going to be chilled. How do I get that out of there? I'm going to set that right there. And I'm going to kind of split this in half. And I think I've got about 6 ounces in here, so let's shoot for 3. With that, and spill a bunch of it. That's good. That doesn't pour very well. It's a glass, not a pitcher, I guess. Goes in there. All right. Spilled just enough to make that an even split. I'm going to clean this up for a moment. And the last part of the assembly is the champagne or other sparkling wine. I'm using Prosecco. I don't have good luck with opening bottles. Let's see what happens. Okay, here we go. Oh, I did good this time. So the recipe calls for a whole bottle of sparkling wine. The bottle is 750 milliliters, so I'm going to put in 375 milliliters in each of my bottles here. Let's see where we go, right there. And ideally you'd put this all in a punch bowl because we're losing a lot of bubbles. This may take a moment. I'll be right back with you. Before I put in the sparkling wine, I'm going to give this a little bit of a stir. And I ended up with 400 milliliters, so I'm going to put a little bit of this one in there just to even things out. Perfect. Is it going to fit? This is why I use 2 bottles. And then the rest of it goes in here. And it looks like I did pretty good on the split, so I'm going to seal one of these up. I'm going to seal them both up eventually and put this in the fridge. I'm not going to stir again. Now, serving this. This would serve better from my punch bowl with a ladle because I've got these jars, these bottles. I'm going to pour a little bit of this into my glass, and they do say punch glasses. I don't have any punch glasses. These little glass glasses will do just fine. And ideally there would be a little bit of the pineapple in there, etc. But there is a garnish for this, and that is grated nutmeg. Again, I don't have grated nutmeg, so I'm going to use a little bit of ground nutmeg. Sprinkle that on top. And there you have it, the Hawaiian Punch from 12 Bottle Bar. Drink with good spirits. Question of the day, what is your favorite punch recipe? Let me know in the comments down below. Double points if it's rum based, and triple points if you give me the recipe. And if I get the recipe, I may make it here. Note that there are ways to support the channel if you're so inclined. I have t-shirts. If you want a t-shirt, you can have a t-shirt. All you have to do is contact me through any of the social media links down below. We'll make sure you get a t-shirt. And while you're at the social media link, you might as well follow, subscribe, and do that sort of thing. Finally, if you made it this far, give me a like, give me a subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss out on anything that I do. And until next time, cheers.